Hi there. We come to another exciting episode of CHRYSALIS the Family Adventures. Episode 99. Get in. Joey, convinced it will be financial hell trying to rebuild, can't get out of Santa Ana fast enough. But getting out of a town you've lived in for over a generation needs a lot of preparatory work. So enjoy the episode. Get in. Fade in. External, 17th Street, in front of the Fire Relief Station Day. The car stands in front of the station. Joey, from passenger side. Get in! Samantha enters via the passenger side door. Samantha, shifting herself inside. Wow, this must be the first time I've been inside a vehicle since the fire. Oh no, wait, the vehicle that took me here was a vehicle. No one says anything as they drive. External, in front of the thrift store Day. The car stops. Joey gets out. Joey, come on, big girl. Samantha, big girl. Oh, wow. Joey, well, we might as well get started. Things are going to change around here. They go into the thrift store. Giselle drives on to park. Internal, thrift store, Day. Samantha looks disappointed as she spies the clothing available. Samantha, I hope we're going to go to a real store. Joey, oh, don't worry, we're going to do that too. Samantha, looking reassured. Okay. Joey, but you only get as many items there as you get here. Samantha, you mean for every item I really want, I have to get one item I really don't want? Joey, maybe you'll really want it. Take a look. You might surprise yourself. Samantha, still discouraged, looks around. A lot of it is in piles one has to go rummaging around for. As she does so, she finds something. Giselle is now entering the store and coming to where they are, that she, Samantha, takes up and examines, but usually puts them back. Very rarely she does find something that changes her expression, and she's encouraged. Samantha, Ma, this is a rough game. Giselle, a game? Samantha, yeah, Dad said I'm only getting as many items at the goods store as I pick here. Giselle, huh? What? Joey, this way we'll keep our buying within budget. She can only get as many items at the store she likes as she gets here. Giselle, it's also a game of torture. Looks like you found a couple of items. Joey, see? She wouldn't have picked anything. Samantha, as she pilfers through another item pile. He's got a point. Hey, look, there's something for you, Ma. It turns out the item she pointed to was an oversized blouse. Giselle, giving her an unamused look. Remind me to never let you take me shopping. The three of them are at a register with a large amount of clothing. The cashier takes a bill from Joey and places all the items in a large cellophane bag. Samantha, now we can look like hobos. If I wasn't wearing this, I wouldn't be in such a hurry to change. Internal, external, inside the car, Day. Samantha is already in one of the new clothes, an outfit circa late 20th century. Samantha, now let's go to the goods store. Joey, we're going to get lunch now. I'm hungry. Samantha, let's get it to go. I don't want to be seen in this. Giselle, you went around in that robe all day yesterday. Samantha, yeah, and that was enough embarrassment. Joey, okay then, we'll eat lunch out of town. Samantha, well, you don't have to go that far on my account. External, the detention facility, Day. The car stops. Giselle, all right, you two get out. I'll be up in a minute. Samantha, you guys are behaving so strange. I thought we were going to lunch out of town, which isn't necessary, and then to a good clothing store. What are we doing here? Joey, take one guess. Samantha, as the two of them start to get out. Well, I always like to see Josh. I mean, we are seeing Josh. Joey, we're going to visit Josh. Come on. He gets out, followed by a reluctant Samantha. Samantha, I just visited him yesterday. Giselle drives into the parking lot. Joey, well, you got a bonus then. Samantha, you guys are being real strange. Internal, jail, waiting room, Day. Joey, I'll go in, you wait here. Samantha, We have to wait until they approve our request and then get Josh ready. It takes a while. Joey. I know. I was here before once. Samantha. Slight pause. You two have been acting very strange lately. Joey. Well, I wouldn't know, but one doesn't usually get their house burned down and not react strange. Samantha. No, it's something else. You've been acting especially weird today. Joey. Every day is weird after a fire. Internal, jail, visiting area, day. Joey is in with Josh. Josh. Hey, Pops, what a surprise. Joey. Hey, son. I guess you already know about the fire. It destroyed both the house and the shop. Josh. Oh man, that sounds serious. Joey. Yeah, I'm sure you feel how bad it is. Josh. No, I'm only in jail. I can't possibly know what losing everything feels like. Joey. No, you can't. Josh. Don't forget, that house was my life too. It was my rock. I never imagined it being blown away like that. Joey. Well, neither could I, but here we are. Josh. How are you going to get by? Joey. I don't know. Josh. That sounds serious and very unknown. I'm really sorry, Dad. Joey. Why are you sorry? Josh. Because you're not your usual funny self. It's got to be real bad if you're not being sarcastic or roaring on somebody. Joey says nothing. Josh. I wish there was something I could do for you, Dad. Joey. Don't worry, we're civics. We don't back down or frighten easily. He gets up as a guard becomes more visible. Joey. Take care of yourself, son. Study up, 'cause now your life really depends on it. There ain't no more home to go back to. I'm counting on you. Josh. You have a way of making it sound so wonderful and so horrific at the same time. Joey. I'd give you a hug, but it's probably better this way. Josh, as Joey's practically gone. What? You need a hug? But he is out of sight. Guard. Stay right here. You have a couple more visitors. You hit the jackpot. A moment later, Samantha comes in. Josh. Sis. Wow, 2 days in a row. I can't believe all this love. Samantha. Don't get too excited. Something's up with Mom and Dad. I'm here because they drove me here without telling me. Josh. Yeah, I did notice Dad was talking a little strange. He said something about a hug, which is the last thing I'd expect from him, and then told me to study hard, which I already been doing, and then he said he's counting on me. Samantha. Wow, something's really up with them. Maybe the fire really got to them. Josh. Ma too? Huh? Dad was really going off. I see you were able to get something to wear. Samantha. Something to wear is right. Dad promised me a good store if I bought this and other clothing at the thrift store. Josh. So you got a lot of clothes at the thrift store. Samantha. Well, it depends on what you mean by a lot. I stopped after 5. That means I'll have 10 changes of clothing. But when you break it down, 5 articles of good clothing is nothing. Josh. You're alive and you're free. Imagine having to wear this prison garb all day. Samantha. But you're not going around in public. Josh. You got me there. I hope you guys can find a solution and get settled soon. Samantha. That would be really nice. But at the rate they're going, I'm getting scared. Josh. It's not the first time they've gone over the edge. Samantha. Yeah, you're right about that. Josh. So do you have a plan? Samantha. Well, that's the point. With this craziness, it's hard to make a plan. I figured I'd go back to school when it reopens. At least there'd be some normalcy. But not having a place to come home to is really stressful, on top of all the usual stress. And not having any idea where we'll end up. That's really freaky. I can see what's making them crazy, so I should go easier on them. Josh. And on yourself, too. I wish there was something I could do. Samantha. Nah, bro. Jail is enough to deal with. I wish you could, though. I'll just think of you and that'll help. Josh. How are all your friends in all this? Samantha. Kamala's been there, except I haven't heard from her today. She was with me practically all day yesterday. I never went to the center today because Mom and Dad are whisking me around everywhere, saying we'll do one thing and then taking me somewhere else. Something's definitely up, and I have no idea what. Josh, take care of yourself, sis. And remember, I'm here if you need a sanity break. Samantha, you may be seeing a lot more of me than you expect. Internal, jail, visiting area, day. Giselle is visiting Josh. Giselle, I'm just going to cut to the chase because you must be thoroughly confused. Josh, more like amused and a little concerned. Giselle, we're leaving Santa Ana. We just can't afford to live here in any decent arrangement, so we're heading out to stay with my mom in Oklahoma. Josh, wow. I wonder why neither Dad nor Samantha said anything to me about it. Giselle, because Samantha doesn't know. Dad was trying to hide our plans from you so you wouldn't tell Samantha. Josh, why are you not telling Samantha? She's already worried that you're saying really strange things. Giselle, we're afraid if we tell her, she'll go ballistic. She's very attached to her friends here. She might do something really crazy. Josh, well, it seems to me like hiding it from her is even crazier. You've got to trust her. If you wait and let her find out when you're already on the road, she'll feel cheated, and then you're really going to have problems on your hands. Giselle, she's just too crazed by what happened, but has no clue that survival in this town is impossible. Joey's a mess too, but in a different way. But she's attached to her friends, and that's going to create problems. Josh, you really sound unhinged, I'm sorry to say. You should tell her now. This is insane the way you're not trusting her. It's really going to be bad if she feels deceived and betrayed. Giselle, we thought long and hard about it. It's a chance we've got to take. Josh, telling her is the chance you really should take. Please, Ma, do it for me. Giselle, you make a lot of sense. Don't worry about it. Everything's going to be all right. Josh, I hope you're right. So you're going to Oklahoma. That's pretty drastic. There's nothing you could find around here? It just seems. Giselle, yeah. Unfortunately, this was an extreme disaster. We're going along, and then all of a sudden something completely unexpected happens. But we have no time to just sit on it. We've got to act fast because time is money lost. Maybe if we didn't have this option, we'd be forced to face really extreme circumstances, and then it would be worse. But this way we can have it easier, including Samantha. Josh, I'd like to say I hope you're right, but it can't be that bad that you can't find something here. Dad can rebuild the shop, and you already have a job. The more I think about your plan, the more unhinged it sounds. No wonder you don't want to tell Samantha, because you know she'll see right through it, that you're being weak. Giselle, and who's going to take care of us while we're trying to get it together, which can take till Lord knows when? No, sometimes it's better to play it safe. Josh, well, all right, but at least tell her now and trust her to handle the information. Maybe you're right. Maybe this is the best plan. But you gotta let her in on what you're thinking. Giselle, I'll think about it. Josh, I'm gonna miss you guys. That's three less visitors I get to see. And to tell you the truth, now I will only have one coming regularly. Giselle, I'll try to call. How are they about putting calls through? Josh, if it's a court, they'll make me walk to take the call. But if it's a girlfriend, I'm lucky if I get a message, and it comes the next day. Just say you're my mom. They'll probably come get me for you as long as you don't make it an everyday thing. Giselle, distressed. I see. Josh, maybe every week, or twice a week you could try. You just never know how the attendants are going to react. I just don't want them to get annoyed with the same call every day. I have to live with them. Giselle, you mean you don't want to get annoyed? Josh, all right, Ma. Before you leave, just ask them about it and see how they feel, because everything's going to come back to me. It's jail, so people make a big deal about everything. There's a pause. Josh, I'm going to miss you, Ma. You were my dependable daily visitor. Now it's going to get lonely. Giselle, what about your other dependable daily visitor? Josh, yeah, thank goodness for some things. So when are you actually leaving? Giselle, as soon as Joey discharges the shop? Josh. That could take months. Giselle. No, he has to sign a discharge. Everything that's there is converted to dollars. Josh. Just make sure they don't try to cheat you. If they think you don't know what's going on, they'll make up rules that are not the real law and cheat you out of money that's coming to you. Giselle. We can't do very well because your father didn't want to buy insurance. The only thing we're getting anything back on is the shop, and most of that has to be paid to the people whose cars were damaged and the tax collectors. Josh. Well, make sure to keep an eye on who's ever handling your case. I don't want you to have to end up in court fighting over matters of which you were clearly the victim. And tell Samantha what's going on. Very slight pause. So, what are you going to do when you get there? Giselle. Joey's going to look for work as a mechanic. Josh. That makes sense. Giselle. And I'll help Ma keep up the house. Josh. And she's all right with the three of you coming over? Giselle. Yeah, 'cause that's what families do. Josh. All right, Ma. I hope it works out for you. But tell Samantha, because the longer you delay, the worse it will get. I'm sorry I can't hug you because I would if I could. They give each other one last, sad for Giselle, look. Internal, the relief station, day. Amanda is doing her volunteer work as the options officer, helping fire victims. A woman who's before her. Thank you so much for relieving my mind. Amanda. Oh, thank you. I work at a hotel bar in Costa Mesa. I get a lot of social work practice, talking to the clients. Woman. Yeah, I hope they're paying you well for this. Amanda. Oh, it's volunteer work. I called the hotel to see if they needed anybody to fill, but I guess the fire was so well contained that none of the hotel employees were affected. So I figured I'd help out here. It's good for morale. Plus, I'm glad I can actually help people get whatever help they can get. I know I have to tell some of them the bad news that there's little we can do for them. Woman. Well, you really helped me out. Internal. City Office of Finance. Day. The three civics are sitting in what appears to be a somewhat crowded office, waiting to be helped. Joey, looking around, unpleased. I'm going to be so happy to get out of this mismanaged menagerie. The other two civics, who also look displeased about sitting and waiting, say nothing. Giselle looks possessed with something on her mind. Samantha is just upset, not feeling free, not feeling assured of anything. An attendant comes out. Joey. We've been here for half an hour. The attendant to someone else. Mr. Jeffries? Mr. Jeffries, getting up with some discomfort. Yeah, here I am. Thank goodness someone finally. The attendant. Just come right this way, Mr. Jeffries. Joey. Hey, miss. Do you have any idea how long it's going to take? Attendant. Just be patient, Mr. Joey. The name's Stivic. We just need to discharge some property. Attendant. Oh boy. Well, just sit patiently. I'm sorry, we've been inundated with fire victims. She walks off behind one of the doors with Mr. Jeffries. Joey. I just want to get out of here. Giselle. I think we should tell Samantha what's going on. Samantha. Well, that would be nice. I kind of figured out the store got really damaged and you're trying to collect on it. Giselle. There's more to it than that, Samantha. Joey gives Giselle a disapproving look. Honey, please don't dwell on this subject. This is the last place I want to be, and wherever we're going after, I don't want to be there either. Just let's not talk about it. Giselle. Joey, I had a talk with Josh, and I told him what's going on. His sister deserves the same consideration. Josh was pretty adamant that we tell her what the plan is. Samantha. Oh, there's something you're really keeping from me. Giselle. We were afraid. We didn't know how you would react. We decided in view of having lost pretty much everything that instead of trying to save the shop and look for a new place, which is either going to be way too expensive or a dump, which is probably going to be too dangerous and probably out of town, we just move on and stay with my mom. It'll be easier on us. Samantha. Your mom? Did you tell her she was going to get the rambunctious threesome? Giselle. Well, I didn't put it like that. Samantha. Because don't worry, Mom. I got something that'll be a lot easier on you and your mom. Kamala said I could stay with her if you couldn't find a place. So that takes a lot of pressure off of you. Giselle. And this is exactly why we didn't want to tell you that we're moving, because you can't just move in with a friend who's living in her parents' house. Samantha, her anxious, argumentative self. What are you talking about? I already lived there, don't you remember? Giselle. But that was only a short time, and you had to come back, do you remember? Samantha. I'd rather not remember. Joey. Samantha, you can't move in with a friend. Giselle. Joey, please, let me handle it. You already got enough worries. Honey, I know you're really close to your friends, and now you just narrowly escaped a fire that burned down your house, and you lost everything, including your phone. Your friends are your one bright spot in your life, so I understand that you don't want to lose this one thing on top of everything else. But this is a time to be strong. Your friends are great, but I'm sure Dr. Moorfield would say you've got to be the one who saves you, who cares for you. Samantha. So then let me be that one. Which reminds me, am I going to make it to my appointment? Or do you have something else planned to foil me? Giselle, we're not trying to foil you. We're all just trying to pick up the pieces, which are a lot. Maybe we should use today to attend to business and stay back at the place we were trying to avoid getting back to. Samantha. No, that actually. Oh my God, I had a nightmare. Listen, let me stay with Kamala tonight, and then we can talk about it in the morning. Giselle. Well, there's nothing to talk about. We're definitely going. But if it's all right with her ma, I think it's not a problem for you to spend one last night with her. Samantha smiling. I hate this thing, but I hope she can deal with losing me. It's going to be hard on her, too. It's not just about me. We have plans. Giselle. So you stay in touch. That's the real test of a relationship. How well you can still love each other when you're far apart. Samantha. I'm going to visit her every chance I get. A voice from a distance, off screen, yelling. Stivic! Joey. That's us. Let's go. Internal. Office of Mr. Steubenmeyer, day. It looks more bureaucratic than plush. Mr. Steubenmeyer, who looks corporate, is belied by his governmental position. Mr. Steubenmeyer. Hi there. I'm Mike Steubenmeyer. I understand you're looking to discharge some property? Joey. It's my business. As you can see, we as a family were completely wiped out. I just want to discharge the property and collect on whatever I can. Mr. Steubenmeyer. Can you show me your certificate of licensure and your insurance papers? Joey. Sure, Mr. Steubenmeyer. Steubenmeyer. I just need to go over them and get back to you. Joey. How long do you need? Mr. Steubenmeyer. Oh, it could take a week, maybe a month if it's very involved. Giselle. That's what Josh said. I wonder how he knew that. I just told him we'd sign the discharge and that would be that. Mr. Steubenmeyer, laughing uncomfortably. Oh no, it's never like that. Samantha. You mean we have to stay in town a while? Joey. Where are we going to stay if the shelter closes? Mr. Steubenmeyer. You find another one. Samantha's phone rings. Samantha. Sorry, I'll take it outside. As she walks back to the waiting room. Hello? Amanda, voice over filter. It got a little quiet here, so I figured I'd call to see how you're doing. Internal, the waiting room, day. Samantha. My parents want to take me out of town. They were going to whisk me out today, but Dad's got this thing with the shop, so I'll probably get to stay with Kamala tonight. I can't believe that's what they came up with. Amanda, voice over filter. You're kidding. What's going on with your dad's shop? And where are you? Samantha. We're at the municipal finance office. Amanda, voice over filter. Oh my God, get out of there. That's for the city's fiscal finances. It's not for people. I can find you a solution that you'll just fill out some online paperwork and we'll arrange for you to pick up whatever's due you. It's all done electronically. It figures your compensation in seconds. Samantha. Really? How do you know all this? Amanda, voice over filter. I'm the options officer, remember? I can tell you what all your options are. Those stooges at finance aren't going to be able to help you. Get your dad and come over here. Samantha. Wow, you're a lifesaver, man. Amanda, voiceover filter. You're not the first person that told me that today. Samantha goes running back into the office. Fade out. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the episode. Um, Thank you for tuning in, and thank you to everybody on Spotify Live. No, it's not Spotify, and TikTok Live. I don't even know if Spotify has a live, but since there seem to be quite a bit more people than there were yesterday, I want to thank you all personally. Thank you to Christy Hernandez for joining. Uh, Thank you, Hein. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Horsepower Rank. Thank you, Francisco de Jesus. Thank you, Duck. Thank you, Yesenia Moran. Double Heart Smile. Thank you, Il Vasquez. Thank you, Alejandro Casti. Hope you guys understand English. Actually, if you go to my Facebook, there'll be the text. You can translate it using Translate. Um, Thank you, Kofi. Thank you, Seven. Thank you, Edwin Alvarado. Thank you, Hector Ordonez. Thank you, Matt Timor. Thank you, Mama La Magic. Thank you, Rivera Ojalate. Thank you, Angie Puppy Face. Thank you, Marie Gonzalez. Thank you, Leonel. Thank you, Chelsea Carother. Thank you, Haley Nibola. Thank you, Red Flag Star Heart Millie A at Red Star Rose. Oh no, that's somebody I'm supposed to invite. Well, anyway, thank you, user 6732821945. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Laner Ortega 8. Thank you, Marcos Gomez. Thank you, Lori Amen. Thank you, Luciano. Thank you, DDD Destiny, twice, because it says twice that you joined. Thank you, Laura Rinche 210. Thank you, Sarah Steve 1765. Thank you, Cash Dollar Buyer. Thank you, Zidzeme. Thank you, Dan Lee. Thank you, Fabiola Hernan. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, J Renee 72580. Thank you, Myra. Thank you, Diane Butterfly. Thank you, Victor Lopez 9693. Thank you, Trish Dickerson. Thank you, C. Candida. And then somebody else at the bottom. Oh, wait a minute. Thank you, Brenda Hagen. Thank you, Audrey Jaramillo. Thank you, Paul Yao Khan. I don't know how to say those with the umlauts over all those letters. With the yellow ribbon heart and looks like pea pods or some other kind of pod. Um, Thank you, Nelly Melendez. Thank you, Luz Ribbon Stars. Thank you, Beachy _soul heart. Thank you, Jose Ramirez 539. Thank you, Black Cat 827. Thank you, Bryce Williams. We actually have a character in the script called Bryce. Um, She's a girl, though, and she's not very much in the script. She's Amanda's old friend, if you go back to earlier episodes. Thank you, Ray Pantoja. Thank you, Patricia Ann. Thank you, Raquel Hernan. Thank you, Diane Manhart. Thank you, Jamie _Bedoy or Jaime _Bedoy. Thank you, user 74714737519. Thank you, Karen But Not quotation marks. Thank you, Darryl T. Thank you, Lorenzo Ramos 94. Thank you, Heather Swangy. Thank you, Sylvia Aranda. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Ray Pantoja. Thank you, Merlene Delva. Thank you, Ivere Galado. Thank you, RJR 426. Thank you, Ella Hill 116. Thank you, Nettie Tina. Thank you, Cesar Belon 84. Thank you, Alejo. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Angel Rinson 27. Boy, this is a very successful week, I see. Thank you, Ray Pantoja. Thank you, Giggle Fire, Lil Fire, Sis Fire. Thank you, Andres Hernandez. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you, Ames Rex. Thank you, those are invites. Thank you, Theodora Vela. Thank you, Squidward Grumpy. Thank you, Berta Salazar. Thank you, Patricia Mills 8. Thank you, Maria Mendoza 135. Thank you, Miso. Thank you, San Juanita Moral. Thank you, Fernandito. Thank you, user 43629635678. Thank you, Carmen Rodriguez. Thank you, Love is Me 03. And that's, oh, wait a minute. And thank you, Baguetto. Okay, I thank you all. And it feels like, oh, thank you, Alejandro Casti, who just joined. And thank you, Donna McLendon, but I don't think you saw the podcast. But it will be on TikTok later today, as well as on Spotify and a whole bunch of other places. So don't worry, you can find it. Chrysalis, The Family Adventures, our exciting show. We just finished episode 99, and next week we'll have episode 100. You think the Stiffix will get out of town by then? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that is to tune in a week from today. All of you take care. Have a great, great day and a great week. Bye.